welcome everybody. I'm Carrie, and I just wanted to say, first of all, I appreciate you being here today, and whether you're watching it live or you're watching it on the recorded version, we just thank you for giving your time to be here. We have lots to share, and so if you can just maybe silence your phones or close your tabs and the things that might be distractions, just so that you're able to receive all the awesome information without disruption. The information you get here tonight, I believe in 100%, and just have supported this now for the last 14 months that I've known about it. I'm so excited to have you here, and we're going to get right at it. We're going to share powerful information that's providing real solutions for so many people to live their best lives. But before we go any further, I'm just going to introduce my Juice Plus friend, Amber, and ask her to share her story. Amber?
Hi. So I am actually in Kansas City. So we connected through this community, which is exciting. And I was introduced to this a little over 2 years ago, and it really kind of turned my life around. So I like to say that my illness journey and my wellness journey kind of intersected, because I started experiencing a lot of chronic pain right about the time that I was beginning my 200-hour yoga teacher certification. And I started seeing lots of specialists. I was having MRIs and surgeries and paying most of that out of pocket because my insurance wasn't covering it. And all of these specialists were coming back to me and saying, well, we don't know what the problem is. Are you sure you're in pain? And I was like, yes, I'm very sure. So I started researching and actually started seeing more of a holistic and functional medicine doctor who actually diagnosed me with an autoimmune disease. So all of the chronic pain I was feeling was because of inflammation. And he put me on like 30 different organic isolated supplements that I had to take 2 and 3 times a day. It was really expensive. I was also on a really rigorous diet that I had to follow, which was also pretty expensive. And then when a friend introduced this to me, I was like kind of at my wit's end, and I was like, what do I have to lose? So I tried it, and 2 years later, I am just so grateful to that friend who shared this community with me and shared this resource with me, because I, may occasionally still have a flare up from my autoimmune disease, but my symptoms are nowhere near the way that they were back then. And the flare-ups tend to dissipate a lot faster. But in general, I just have witnessed my overall health really change for the better, and it's helped me kind of make other lifestyle changes that have been positive as well. So that is my story, and thank you for having me on tonight.
Oh, that's so awesome. Thank you, Amber, for sharing. Appreciate that. Let's tune in now, and we're going to hear from an amazing woman and pharmacist, Michala Petersen, and she's going to break it all down for us. And when we know better, we can do better. And so I'm just going to come in and share my screen.
Hello, everybody. My name is Michala Petersen, and I am a ranch wife, mama of 4, pharmacist, health coach, and international marketing director from Nebraska. And I am so excited today to be talking to you about a different perspective for some simple solutions that you may or may not heard of. So by the end of this little talk, you are going to be able to understand a little bit about the amazing research that we offer, and also some simple solutions that can help yourself or your family. These are the people in my life that matter the most. My 4 kids, Micah, Marley, Merrick, and Madden, and my husband, Mark. We have been together since I was 15, and we are loving life on the farm. So I can't wait to tell you more about them. One thing that I love that I get to do is offer solutions on a daily basis. I think there are enough problems in this world. We need solutions. Did you know that only 1 in 10 Americans eat enough fruits and vegetables? That means 9 out of 10 Americans don't eat enough fruits and vegetables. And with the rate that 75% of disease is preventable, we have simple solutions that can make this easier. So the average American needs to eat 7 to 13 fist-sized servings of fruits and veg on a daily basis. Not many do that. I rarely meet someone who does that. My take on this whole fruits and vegetables thing before I found these simple solutions was if they could only fit all of this into a capsule, right? And we needed a bridge. We needed to bridge the gap because we were not perfect. I loved a Pepsi a day. My family didn't eat perfect, and we needed that bridge, which is the first solution that we're going to talk about between what you probably eat, but what you should eat. Did you know that raw beets are a natural antidepressant? Did you know that kale has 50% more calcium than milk? Did you know that pineapple is your best anti-inflammatory in regards to fruit? And guess what? Pineapple has 500% more bromelain than any over-the-counter or prescription cough syrup, and that is the enzyme that helps you to quit coughing. Eating a half a cup of spinach a day cuts macular degeneration risk by 43% and lowers cholesterol. And oranges are high in vitamin C and have every known class of cancer inhibitor, which I'll talk about in a little bit. That is near and dear to my heart. If you eat 6 servings of fruits and vegetables daily, you cut stroke rate by 44%. Eating 9 servings of fruits and vegetables daily cuts stroke risk by 66%. What is neat is that each of these fun facts, each of the produce, the fruit or veg contained on these fun facts is in our first solution, which is Juice Plus. So I was one of those people that I thought we ate healthy when the pharmacist that I went to college with and played volleyball with introduced me to Juice Plus. I was instantly intrigued. I thought we ate healthy, but there is no way that we ate cherry, apple, beet, peach, pineapple, lemon peel, cranberry, date, orange, mango, prune, broccoli, cabbage, parsley, carrot, garlic, kale, spinach, tomato, artichoke, bilberry, blackberry, blackcurrant, cranberry, elderberry, blueberry, cocoa, concord grape, pomegranate, and raspberry on a weekly basis, let alone a daily basis. And I for sure would not have gotten my kids to eat a full tote of produce. So this instantly made sense to us. I became a partner right away with the company because I wanted the best price. And I couldn't pick my favorite child to put on the Healthy Starts for Families study. And so I became a rep, but I did not want to share it with a soul. And it really wasn't until 5 weeks into our journey, my energy was better, our cravings were better. I had a 4-year-old at the time that struggled with focus, and her mental clarity was improved to the point that she was asking us to read her book after book. And in 6 years now, we have only had a handful of sick visits to the doctor. So our health improved a lot. And 5 weeks in, though, I really dove into the research, which we'll talk about in a little bit. And I messaged a mom of a kiddo with cancer, and her message back to me is why I'm in front of you today. And that was, how long have you known about this, and why wouldn't you have told me sooner? And I realized then and there that as a pharmacist, I took an oath to do no harm. And by not sharing this, I absolutely was doing harm. Our next solution is in the form of a complete shake. So the Juice Plus is like the oil that you put in your engine. The complete is like the gas that you put in the gas tank. You can see all the buzzwords here, and I'm just going to be completely transparent with you. When we started with Juice Plus, I did not like shakes. I had tried a lot of them. They had a chalky taste or a metallic taste, or I couldn't get them mixed up. But I wanted to be a product of the product. So relatively quickly, I ordered the complete. I started making protein balls, and they were game changers for us. I found that I was full longer. I could, my kids were sustained. We quickly switched to making cookie dough and then banana ice cream. And now I have at least 1, if not 2 shakes a day, and so do my kids. It is the healthiest fast food that you will ever find, and is only a little over $2 a serving. And there's nothing like it. When I started with Juice Plus, my 3 questions were, Is it safe in pregnancy? Is it safe in cancer patients? And would you give it to your kids? And I had never met anything that said yes to all three of those until Juice Plus, and the Complete is the same way. Studied at MD Anderson in cancer patients. Kids love it, pregnant women love it. And that's what I love about these solutions, is that the whole family can take part in any of the Juice Plus products, which is so relieving to me as a mom. I go to bed at night with peace of mind knowing that they got what they needed. Another simple solution that we offer is a tower garden. And this is actually how I came to know Juice Plus. Where we live, we have big 5-foot bull snakes. And I would see the first bull snake in the garden, and that's the last time I would go in the garden. So I was super intrigued when I found out that I could grow 28 different plants indoors or outdoors, no weeds, no snakes, no soil. I absolutely loved it. And these little guys are cropping up everywhere. Schools, restaurants, baseball stadiums, airports, nursing homes. My favorite place to take a tower on a tower tour and get into the nursing home and allow my kids to give back. It's been totally a rewarding experience. So now we're gonna, before we talk about our last solution, I feel like we need to preface it with why we need good fats. So the skinny on fats. The brain is 60% fat. The good fats, the omegas, if you will, are the building blocks for hormones and cholesterol. They fight inflammation and heart disease. They help brain health, skin health. They're an overall lubricant, both, personal, eye lubricant, whatever it is. If you don't have the right omegas, we aren't going to absorb the solutions that we previously talked about. So those fat-soluble vitamins are vitamins A, D, E, and K, and we need good fats to help absorb those. And we also know that good fats help improve the immune system. So what are some signs of omega deficiency? 98% of Americans are deficient in omegas unless you eat 5 servings of wild-caught fish every week. So I know this is a lot of us. So things that you can watch for in the omega deficiency realm are depression, arthritis, weight gain, brain fog, heart disease, skin issues, memory loss, or maybe you just feel like you're in that brain fog, eyesight issues, dry eyes and skin, and fatigue. So let's talk about our last solution now, which is plant-based omegas. We know that omegas, as we just talked about, support heart, brain, joint, skin, and eyes. And as a pharmacist, I always knew that omegas were good for you. However, I didn't consume any because I didn't want the fishy burp, and I could not find an omega that was not heated to a high temperature. And we know what happens when you heat oil, right? The oil degrades and becomes rancid, but the toxicity, the heavy metals, all of that that's inside the omega capsule or soft gel or whatever it is not degraded. So you're still getting the gunk, if you will. So we offer the last solution, which is 100% plant-based, pure and sustainable, full spectrum omegas, cold pressed, so it's never heated, and it's vegan. So as you can see, it's a wide variety of omegas. So why do we need the concert blend? Why this brilliant concept of sea buckthorn berry and tomato seed oil and pomegranate oil and raspberry oil? Why the array there? First of all, omega-3 helps with depression, skin, eyes, and brain health. And most of the omegas that are on the market are omega-3 only. But omega-5 helps balance the weight, cardiovascular health, blood sugar, reduces menopause symptoms. Omega-6 helps nerve pain, cardiovascular, and bone health. Omega-7s promote bowel regularity and weight loss. And finally, omega-9 has great cardiovascular benefits, including healthy cholesterol, improved immune function, more energy, better mood, and better blood sugar levels. So what I love about Juice Plus is that we are unique. There is nothing on the market with or without a prescription that compares to Juice Plus. And that really is because of 3 main things. Number 1, it's food. It is not a vitamin. It has a food label, no additives. It's made with non-GMO ingredients, all the buzzwords there. Number 2, and I would encourage you, no matter what you take, to make sure that what you're putting into your body is NSF certified. NSF certification is a third-party certification that is really expensive, but the quality products are going to have it. So number one, what's on the label is exactly what's in it. Number two, there's nothing additional in it. So no heavy metals, pesticides, herbicides, molds, fungus, you know, whatever you can think of, nothing else is in it. And number three, it does no harm. And so this certification is the reason that the U.S. Olympic volleyball team can take Juice Plus without any question of, you know, urine tests or anything like that. They know that what they're putting into their body is pure and they will never be compromised because of Juice Plus. And number three, it's the most thoroughly researched brand name product in the world with over 35 peer-reviewed published clinical studies. The Omega research just came out, and we found that the Juice Plus Omegas do twice the amount in half the time as competitors, which is amazing. So we're gonna dive a little bit more into research right now. And I know some of you are like, ooh, research, tell me more. And others of you would rather have a broken leg thanks to a cattle incident that actually did happen to me last year. So on that note, before we go into the research, I just wanna say what great nutrition does for healing. We know that all disease states are made better with good nutrition. And because of the Juice Plus and the Omegas and other dietary changes that I incorporated after I broke my leg, I was full weight bearing 4 weeks before I was predicted to be, which is amazing. I hope you can't see all these pop-ups here. Just a second. Spiritual warfare. Oh no. Sorry. Gotta love it. Okay, there we go. So I want to just clear the air real quick and let you know that most people think that because I'm a pharmacist that I know all of the research. I do not. I don't enjoy reading research. I think it's boring, as many of you do. I'm not that nerd. I kind of thought it was drudgery. However, it is also fascinating. So if you are one of those people that loves to read the research, or we do have little 2-minute videos that explain the research, but I know 5 studies that I can incorporate into anyone's story that I'm talking to. So I'm going to show you a very simple way. I'm going to talk about kind of the nuts and bolts of the research, but then I'm also going to show you how, in layman's terms, you can talk to anyone that crosses your path about the research. So we now have more than 40 individual Juice Plus clinical studies conducted by researchers at leading hospitals and universities all over the world. You can see the list of names, and it is definitely an impressive body. So what does the research show? And I want you to be thinking, as we're talking about the research, I want you to even make a list of who do you know that needs improvement in these systems. So first, we know that Juice Plus improves cardiovascular wellness. We know that it supports the immune system. We know that it improves gum tissue, and the gums are kind of the gateway to the whole body. So I love that we can reduce pocket depth and different things like that. We know that Juice Plus reduces oxidative stress, reduces inflammation, and inflammation, in my opinion, is the root of all disease. We know that it protects DNA and promotes healthier skin. And we're going to dive into some of these just a little bit deeper. So the first one is the microvascular circulation study. Now I'm going to tell you the details. You don't have to memorize this. The microvascular circulation study was a 12-week study, and it improved that blood flow was increased by 39%. That is crazy impressive. Hydration is increased by 9%, skin thickness is increased by 6%, skin density is increased by 16%. And if you think about this, organs with high microvasculature are the skin, kidneys, eyes, nerves, and erectile dysfunction is a product of this in men. So now I want you to think about all of those people in your life that need an increase in blood flow by 39%, right? Especially in those microvasculature areas. You think of people with neuropathy, maybe it's a post-chemo neuropathy. You think of diabetics. You think of estheticians that, you know, for a living, people are going to them, getting facials and, you know, paying big money for skin density to increase and skin thickness to increase and hydration to increase, right? I mean, you could make a long list right now of just thinking of those people that in your life really do need those things. The second study that I love is the Maryland study. And this was the fast food study created because a group of physicians approached Juice Plus and asked them to study, you know, the majority of heart attacks happen after a high fat meal. So they asked them to study this. So a group of participants was brought into the lab. They tested their blood pressure, fed them all the same McDonald's breakfast, which makes me so sad because I used to love McDonald's burritos, especially in pharmacy school. Tested their blood pressure, or fed them the high fat meal, then tested their blood pressure again. And what they found was a vasoconstriction of almost 50% that lasted 4 hours. So they sent 3 groups home, a fruit and vegetable group, a fruit, veggie, and berry group, and a placebo group. Brought them back in 28 days, did the same thing, blood pressure, high fat meal, blood pressure, and then read the blood work. So the fruit and the vegetable group showed a 62% reduction in the vasoconstriction. The placebo group was the same, which is what we would have predicted. And the fruit, vegetable, and berry group showed less than 2% vasoconstriction. So that's the key takeaway that you should remember from this slide. The trio, what we call it, showed less than 2% vasoconstriction. So it was as if they had not even eaten that high fat meal, which is the reason that everyone, in my opinion, that gets on Juice Plus also needs the berries. When heart disease is what it is, you know, for me, that was huge. I have heart disease and stroke in my family history. I wanted to be able to go to bed at night knowing that I did what I needed to do for my kids that day, even if we weren't perfect and ran through a drive-through, right? Because prevention is huge. And when we know better, we do better. So most people that we get on the Healthy Starts for Families also get on the berries because of this study. So very impressive. The next study that I want to talk about, the third study, I guess, out of 4 is the immune studies. Now, there are 4 published peer-reviewed clinical studies at 4 different institutions on 4 different types of subjects: healthcare professionals, athletes, law students, and older individuals that were 60 to 86 years old. All 4 studies showed benefits to the immune system by adding Juice Plus. And I'm going to focus on the 80-day study. We know that the immune system is comprised of these little guys on that slide there, the colorful little blobs. And we know that autoimmune issues are oftentimes caused because the B cells and the T cells are like the sergeants, the B cells are the soldiers, and they need to be in a certain ratio. And what happens in an autoimmune condition is that that ratio is completely out of whack. And so our bodies are like a kindergarten classroom without any teachers. And that's where we get the autoimmune. So it really doesn't matter what autoimmune you have or your loved one has or somebody that you know and love has. It's about getting that ratio back into balance. So at just 80 days, Juice Plus did bring that B cell T cell ratio back into balance. But also, just as impressive is we have these cells in our body that are like Pac-Man that roam around our system and eat irregularly growing cells. Those cells are called natural killer cells. They're in the yellow there. And they are like our protector of tumor cells or irregularly growing cells. And at just 80 days, those guys were increased exponentially as well. And so am I saying that if you take Juice Plus, you're not going to get cancer? No, I'm not saying that, because we know there are a lot of other factors: stress, environment, what you eat. But anytime we can raise those natural killer cells and help our body fight, we should be doing that. So I absolutely love that 80-day study. And I'm sure you know 30 different people in your world with autoimmune disease. So it is important for everyone. And I love this study because of that fact. Okay, so the last study that I'm going to talk about is our Healthy Starts for Families study. With each adult order of Juice Plus, a child age 4 through full-time college students can be sponsored to receive Juice Plus at no cost to that adult for up to 4 years. So these are the impressive results from the family health study. This is just after 1 year of consuming Juice Plus. 60% were missing fewer days of school. 56% were taking fewer over-the-counter and or prescription medications. 71% were both drinking more water and consuming less fast food and soft drinks. 66% were visiting the doctor less. We definitely fit into that category. When we started, I had an 8-month-old that needed tubes in her ears, and I canceled the surgery thinking that maybe she had a deficiency and maybe we could cut out a few things and add in Juice Plus to get her health on the right track. And that little lady has not had one single sick visit to the doctor since we started Juice Plus and the other 1 simple changes that we added along with it. 61% were eating more fruits and vegetables. I was shocked that I had a little guy that gagged at anything green. We would sit at the table for an hour sometimes trying to get him to eat one little tree, just one little piece of broccoli. He would gag and throw a fit, and within 3 weeks his palate had changed, and we know that the taste buds turn over in 2 weeks. And that little guy was asking for salads and eating seconds, and that is amazing to a mama, just priceless. So we also have many resources that are solutions for busy people especially. We have personalized support. We have fun live health events online. We have an accountability group. We have educational tools. We have a Start Strong program for the kids that have great sheets that you can print off and put on your refrigerator that they can put stickers on. We have healthy cookbooks because sometimes you're just in a cooking rut and you just need some healthy recipes that you can feed off of. So we have online recipe books that are free as well. And all of these resources are found at healthylivingrevolution.com. So it just keeps getting better. That is what I love about my 6 years with this company. We're constantly adding more good, and I'll explain a little bit about that. So in January, we rolled out a new compensation plan that is simple. There are 5 different ways to earn, and over the course of the journey, there's $109,000 in title rewards available. And what's great is that you are loved whether you do a little bit or a lot. And so I love that you can be that person that comes in and just wants to save money on your own product. You could be that person that wants to share with a few friends and family and also save money. And then you could be that person that needs a community that's positive, or that, really does want to supplement your income and eventually maybe work toward different goals. We then had a Come Join Us Blitz in April, and each rep could bring on a new partner at no charge to that new partner. It ended up being the best month ever, and we love that we were able to change that many lives in that month with that campaign. And it's just continued ever since, as far as, the changing lives has not stopped. We also added an Add More Good campaign. So with each Healthy Starts for Families order, you can not only get the Juice Plus, but you can also get the Complete and try 15 servings of that for just $5. That's a $35 value, which is amazing. And then we also are launching an All Things Digital campaign, which is going to be launching in August. Brand new operating system, or virtual office, juiceplus.com website, everything integrated into one, which is so exciting. And then we have our global expansion that keeps getting better. We added Dubai in the last few years, and now Mexico and Portugal this year. So we can't wait for the future. And so now that you know, I'm asking you to love it forward. Who do you know that you could share the research on Juice Plus with? Who do you know that needs immune support, that needs cardiovascular protection, that needs improved blood flow? They need that result of the results of the family health study. Who do you know that needs supplemental income, that wants to partner with us? I am so blessed that I said yes 6 years ago. It was the best yes that I have ever said. And I did not know when I said yes, all the things that I was getting. I obviously love the product. I'm never going to go a day without the product. I love the business just as much. I love being able to help people do whatever they want to realize their financial dreams as well as their health dreams. But one thing that I would give up very last, if I had to give up, was the community. And the community is absolutely amazing. I have met friends that are as close as family, and it has just been the most rewarding experience of our lives, other than being married to my husband and having our 4 kids. So I can't wait to hear feedback from you on what you loved best about this, and love it forward. Who do you know that needs this? Thanks so much for letting me share today.
Wow. I don't know, when I first watched that, I just thought that's a lot of powerful and inspiring information. And I started thinking of all the people that I would just love to have watched this and for me to share it with. And it's all news that people can use. I mentioned earlier that I have been using Juice Plus for 14 months, and I can't imagine going a day without it. And it just kind of gives me a peace of mind that I'm doing something proactive for my health and for my family's health. I've been lucky that where I used to get a lot of sinus infections, I haven't been getting sinus infections since I've started taking it. I have had a cold, but not a sinus infection. And the same with migraines. I grew up with them, and I'm just very pleased that I haven't had any migraines as well. There's a lot of other little things that I've been happy with more energy and sleeping better, more regular. But ultimately what it comes down is that we choose to use all these products because I know that they're good for me. I know that I don't have all the fruits and vegetables that I should in my body, and that even when life gets hectic and we don't eat real well, we have what we need for the fruits and vegetables. So if you're tired of not feeling your best and knowing your family's not eating enough of those fruits and vegetables every day, each day, why not break those old habits right now? You have nothing to lose, and with so many proven benefits to gain, as you saw from the presentation. Juice Plus is absolutely one of the best decisions that we've made in our family. So you actually have 3 options to get started, and you can kind of get in contact with the people that put you onto this, someone that shared this with you, or they'll be in contact with you. But the best decision for you is what you decide. The first option is to just become a customer, and this is what most people are. It's super simple, and it only takes a few minutes, and you just, like I said, need to get in touch with that person who's invited you. The second option is the same thing, but as a customer, you can also sponsor a child between the age of 4 and college age, and then watch them benefit from getting the fruits and vegetables for free. The third option, and I think that this is probably the best option, is become your own customer by partnering with the company. And if you're listening to this and you're thinking, oh my goodness, I want my family on all of this, on the capsules as well as the shakes, then this is for you. It makes sense to sign up and enjoy that family rebate. This way it'll show you, like a forever discount. And of course, who doesn't like discounts? I think we all do. Whichever one sounds best for you. The person who invited you to this event will probably contact you, connect with you in the next 24 hours to see what best serves you. Feel free to reach out to them sooner if you're anxious to get going. But overall, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for taking your time to invest in learning solutions for living a healthier life and helping others live their healthiest life. And I want to say have a great night and take care. Thanks.